So the same way I have stitched both the legs. See, both the legs are ready. Yeah, this is one. Left the hemline. Hemline is like this. See, it have to be, green line have to be straight. So the same thing, yeah, is straight. Yes. So now what I have to do, I have to attach cross to cross. So what I will do, right, front with front, back with back, I have to stitch the crotch. So now I will keep the seam allowance either every step I will have to open the seam allowances, every single step. Trouser, open the seam allowance and crease the line, or you iron it. See, this is for my zip. Yeah, this is how. The same thing, the other leg also do the same creasing. Yeah, and here do the same creasing. Yes, see, yeah, you iron the seam. Your seam allowance have to be flat open. So now what happens, you see, this is your crotch, yeah, and this is your crotch, right? So what you have to do is crotch cross seam allowance, you will have to match. Yeah, and then you will have to, right, see, the seam allowances are like that, these two seam allowances are like this, yeah, or you can match it like that also. See, these two seam allowances, yeah, and then these two seam allowances. Yes, little apart, because while you are stitching, your seam allowances have to be flat opened. Yeah, so now see this and this, right? Yes, and this, yeah, have to be stitched, and it have to be stitched there. So the whole thing, yani the whole crotch have to be stitched. So hold it like this. Start stitching. Yeah, this for the zipper. Yeah, now hold these two. Start stitching. You can even turn this upside down, reverse the garment, bring it to the right. Yeah, the trouser is on the right side. Yes, so now you match these two, seam allowance to seam allowance. When you are stitching, your seam have to be matching here. See, this have to be matching. It have to be something like this. Yeah, and now start stitching. Careful with the seam allowance. Yes, crotch. You can start from the waistline also. The crotch have to be stitched very carefully, guys. The turn, careful with all the movements. Yeah, so I have stitched the crotch also, right? Now generally how is trouser holds? Hold the seam elements, open the seam elements, open the seam elements, open the seam elements, and the seam elements is like that. You hold this seam elements, flat open the seam elements. Yeah, you know how to open. You open the seam elements and then you keep it this way. So now you iron your trouser properly. Yeah, every single step have to be ironed, guys. Yes, see. Yes, yeah. Now when you talk about your trouser, your crotch is done. Yeah, see, this is your crotch done. Your whole mid is done. Yeah, this is your hip side, and this is your side seam. Remember, we have left this much for the thing. So guys, this is the trouser. Yeah, now what you do for the trouser lining, what we have to do, the same way the short length your trouser have to be, lining also to be finished separately. Once it is finished, this hemline, it should be whatever 3/4 inch you have given, it will only have a double top stitch, fold here and then fold here, so it will get folded inside. Yeah, right, this is what is your seam. You can fold it outside, you fold it inside, that's up to you. You can even fold it towards the right side also. Yes, and then this also you will have to do it, right, inside or outside, that's up to you. Now once this is finished with the hemline of your trouser lining, okay, what you have to do is, and this is your trouser and this is the zipper part, and the same amount of space is left for the zipper this side also on the lining. So what I'll do, these legs will go inside my trouser. Yeah, they will go inside my trouser. Guys, when you are putting the lining inside your trouser, your lining have to be wrong side to wrong side. See, now the trouser is lined here, right? Yeah, this is the right side of the trouser, this is the wrong side of the trouser, this is the wrong side of the lining, and this is the right side of the lining. Yeah, and then this is your opening for your zipper. So what will you do, you keep this aside and stitch your zipper here. Once you stitch your zipper will come like this. So on to the zipper, this lining will go and get attached like this, and you will do blind hem here. I'll show you the zipper attachment separately. Now once the whole trouser is done, this is your waistline, and your waistline is ready for your waistband or facing. So once you do that, that is done. Now here, when you talk about the hemline here, when you come to the hemline here, again hemline is nothing, but what you will have to do is, you will have to fold your 1/4 inch first towards the inside, 1/4 inch, and then 1 inch, okay, and then do your slip stitch, right? Slip stitch at the hemline. That's it, guys. That is how you can finish your trouser with the lining. Yeah. Now the same way when you talk about your skirt also can be lined. Okay, it also have the same thing. I have taken A-line skirt here, right? When you talk about A-line skirt, these are all trousers. I'll keep my trousers aside. Trouser, right? When you come to the skirt here, okay, you see this. This is your basic A-line skirt, yeah, and you have your front and you have your back. So for this skirt, okay, you can have your lining right? This is the lining with almost 3 to 4 inches less, 2 to 4, it can be 2 to 4 inches also, doesn't matter. Okay, it can be 2 to 3 or 4 inches less. Yeah, 2 to 3 4 inches, whatever you want less. Yeah, and the same thing for front. Okay, so these are the patterns for your skirt and the lining. You keep it aside. So what I have done, see, this is your front part, the skirt. You'll finish the dart here, you finish, and then you know how to stitch this, and you place your zipper mark wherever you want, or your placket, right, whatever you want to. And the same way you have your lining also, and the lining is this. Yeah, and the same thing, you will have to leave your zipper mark here, right, or the placket mark here, and then you will finish it off. Okay, so generally this finish like this, and this is finished like that. Yeah, so the both ways are the same thing. The only thing is in trouser you have 2 legs. Skirt is very simple. Now here, once you do this, you know what is waistband, you have learnt in the previous classes. Or you want to have a facing to the waistline, you can have your facing, you know that facing also, make a facing of 3 inches. Yeah, and then after stitching a zipper to here, like what we finish the facing at the center front neckline, the same way you will finish the lining over there.